Alright, well, hello, I'm Jog, and welcome to this bonus episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. For this one, we're going to be going through the library down here in Abyss and see what everything it has to offer us. And then, I think, but I don't remember if the monastery library also has been updated or not. So, anyway, without further ado... Letter to a mysterious noble, my beloved. You were right. There's a motorcycle going by. It seems he would not hesitate to divide the house. What's more, I hear he's considered taking his half of the territory and joining with the kingdom. I can't believe he would even consider dragging another region into this, not to mention stirring up trouble in his inheritance at a time when the Alliance desperately needs to unite. He's clearly out of his mind. Though he bears a major crest and a minor crest, your father was wise in his attempt to declare you his heir. As it were, I can't help but wonder what your intentions with me are. I am drowning in letters proposing marriage to that beast. He may share your face, but your resemblance ends there. I refuse to marry such a foul creature. If you don't come to me soon, I am going to you. Don't forget that my father's blessing could be revoked at any moment. I will depart Dedue at the end of the lone moon. You had better be prepared for my arrival. I wish to marry you beneath the galled moon. Why? Well, I am a woman after all. And even I harbor dreams of being a Garland bride, understood? Great, make it so. Claudia, second daughter of House Reagan. An antiquated note. A scrap of paper is stuck between the pages of a book. It appears to be incredibly old. Moose meat. Albion moose is preferable. If unavailable, beef or horse meat may substitute, though the dish's unique flavors will be somewhat altered. Goddess messenger. Be sure to skin, gut, and clean the fish before use. The Natto treasure fruit. While difficult to obtain, it is worth the effort. If necessary, boa fruit may be a substitute. Seasoning and spice, Aldrayan rock salt of the Fargus and the honey of Leicester are strongly recommended. This is a special dish prepared for the new emperor at ceremonies. Those ingredients are extremely rare, making it rather expensive. Chefs must restrain themselves from sneaking bites during preparation. The seventh song, Banquet, celebrating the marriage of the young emperor Lycaon III, continued as the full moon waned to a half. Want to be waned? Yes, I don't know why I saw a T. Waned to a half moon. The waitstaff scurried around the castle, refilling golden glasses. All present savored the taste of fine Bacchus from Bromos, as well as the screams of the northern swordsmen as they were torn apart by wild beasts during the countless dishes on the banquet tables. The countless dishes on the banquet tables, where each overflowing was a spectacular offering. I for some reason thought the beasts tore them apart on the dishes, but no! Treats seemed after the four saints' grace. Massive platters just waiting for our greedy fingers to snatch them up. An order of Saint Keyhole, guardian of the land, Prime Gondor. Wheat was used to bake endless loaves of delectable bread. In honor of Saint Kathleen, savory fish was present, a dish she is believed to have loved. When the clown dressed as Saint Ceros decapitated the criminal dressed as Nemesis with a single swing, the spectators cheered with unbridled enthusiasm. A young man staring the Emperor Wilhelm as he caught the saint and pulled her in a close embrace, suddenly beckoned me. He pressed his lips in my ear and whispered sweet nothings, muttering Emperor Wilhelm and Saint Ceros upon the sage. The date of removal and set of signature follows. It appears to be a novel set in the Adressian Empire. It has sustained a great damage, so nothing else is legible. Words of Love. Table of Contents. How to compliment a lover. The art of seduction. The myth of true love singularity. Gifting Saint Kathleen's love garland. Alone time and greeting the dawn. The date of removal and Sedis' signature follows. It seems it was briefly part of the monastery's library, but all the pages are missing, save the table of contents. Wow, okay. Found papers that resemble a report of sorts. A few passages survived the fire and are still legible. Item 18, Part 5. The Foggus Rebellion. I harbor doubts about the army Luke has raised. How did he recruit soldiers without raising suspicion in the Empire? How did he acquire those mysterious weapons? So, like heroes' relics? What is the true identity of Pan, the tactician rumored to have been integral to Luke's victories? And those who slither in the dark. Item 22, Part 2. The Shadow Order of Knights of Saros believe that King Klaus I of Foggus was assassinated. Everyone believes that his will, which deems the territory be divided among the three princes and fails to name its successor, is a fake. The purpose was likely to involve the Leicester Legion and display a greater military force than the Empire. Item 49, Part 18. The Tragedy of Duskar, after which more members of the Western Church are strongly criticized the Central Church. Among them are those who claim the incident in Duskar was the work of the Shadow Order of the Knights of Saros. It seems a confrontation over the dogma's legacy is inevitable. Soon, the child of House Galspad, Item 51, Part 6, son of the Alliance leader Duke Oswald Regan, has died in an accident. This follows an incident involving the previous successor, and even the Knights of Saros suspect it was a Count Gloucester command. Though it seems too conspicuous, there are some concerns that this could spark a war. With Duke Regan gravely ill, the situation is... Encyclopedia of Foldland Insects. This book title does not match its contents, suggesting a false cover. It seems to be a catalog of some kind. Distant viewer based on glasses. By combining glass lens, one can view great distances with enhanced clarity. Crafting such a tool was forbidden by decree of the Archbishop for the following reasons. 1. The ease of locating enemy camps would escalate wartime violence. 2. It would be too easy to snipe from afar. 3. It would lessen the mystery of the goddess who watches above. Flammable black water. A sticky black liquid was discovered in northern Foggus. It burns fiercely and emits high toxic gas. The use of this wicked substance was forbidden by decree of the Archbishop for the following reasons. 1. Misuse could result in accidental death. 2. It could be used tactically by those lacking medical abilities. 3. Competition for it could cause strife, so I'm guessing they found oil. Metal mold printing machine. Though initially lauded as a practical replacement for woodblock printing, after careful consideration, the Archbishop deemed it taboo for many reasons, particularly following. 1. The risk of mass circulation of misinformation and malevolent rumors. 2. It is useless to illiterate commoners. Illiterate? 3. The risk of identifying disparity between the church branches. Yeah, I can definitely see why the church would be against the printing press, but, yeah, no. By not improving the intellect of the commoners, all that's doing is just keeping the rest of the world stagnant, which would be more for the benefit of the church at the cost of science. But science will eventually prevail. Until, well, no, humans no longer are around. The human autopsies, especially involving head or chest incisions. Though it is rarely believed that this is medically relevant, such actions upon a corpse are considered desecration of the dead. Since white matter can be used to a similar end, autopsies were deemed taboo. A notable cardinal asserted that if medical science were to excel over faith-based white magic, it could destabilize the foundation of the church. Yep. Not surprised by that one. Romance of the World Partition. In the land of Sinis, where the old gods are said to live, the false god has awoken. Its looming heteromorphic vessel was resurrected to sink the world into the depths of the ocean. It will bring extinction to all children of man. The salvation... hold on. I want to get him out of there. The salvation to all beasts of the land, sky, and sea, for the children of men who spilled too much of the blood of life. It promised only cruel and retribution. The false god must be defeated before the world sinks into a watery grave. To this end, the children of man have erected pillars of light upon the land. Sinis, Malum, Septim, and Lilium were utterly destroyed. Those lands have vanished from this world, yet even still the false god stands, and soon a flood, aptly named Despair, will drown the world. The children of men fled to the depths of the earth, beyond the sight of the false god, beyond the embrace of the sacred sun, and beyond the reach of the waters of despair. They swore a fervent oath of revenge against the surface world, ruled by beasts, and against their tormentors, the false god. The truths of the hero's relics. I am a priest of... Redacted. The findings of my investigation, redacted. When a crest stone it was removed while its relic was being wielded by, redacted. All movement within the relic ceased, and the stone was returned. When the stone was returned, the relic once again, redacted. It is beyond question that crest stones supply the associated relic with power of some kind, and the impetus of said power is clearly related to the crest that certain humans possess. Based on the composition of, redacted. It can be surmised that, redacted, likely a massive creature akin to a wyvern. However, redacted, strength is beyond compare to that of wyvern bones. They are more durable than all materials other than crucible steel, making them ideal for crafting weaponry, and absolutely, redacted, inhabiting, redacted, difficult to conceive. But one theory, redacted, is that it's possible that, redacted, the goddesses, redacted, have potentially... Heroes' relics have been found that are not linked to the 10 elite, redacted. The 10 elite, redacted, could be the others that were gifted with powers by the goddess as well. Perhaps the disturbing, redacted, that the relics were not gifts from the goddess, redacted. Additionally, redacted, the same creststone, redacted. Many of my hypotheses, redacted. I am desperate to find the truth of it all. The time has come. I must escort, redacted. I miss disarray the... I dare say the goddess would not wish for me to learn more than I already have. The pages are old and worn, so most of the text is illegible. Yeah, illegible, not redacted. Sure. The part is not even destroyed. Redacted. 15th. LL Forest. It has been several months since King Nemesis was defeated, and the tide of the war have turned from bad to worse. I received news that my friend Daffel has fallen as well. Those zealots are after our heads, and those of our leaders. All that is left for us is to despair into the muddy waters Ceres has created. My long life may soon come to an end. Redacted 2. Ether Plains. I somehow escaped with my life, but I fear the end is near. Most of my clan has already surrendered to the Empire. To my surprise, I am told their safety was guaranteed. I, however, am a different matter. My life along with my sacred weapon will unquestionably be forfeit. My dear son and daughter, I hope you can forgive me one day. Redacted 5. Redacted. Why does Ceres despise me so? What did King Nemesis do to incur such unyielding wrath? Perhaps it was a miracle to perhaps it was a mistake to... Perhaps it was a mistake to accept his offer. In any case, that is all in the distant past now. Redacted. All before this body falls to the ash. The evil... The paper is tattered. The rest is illegible. Mysteries of the Calendar, Volume 2. Much time has passed since the Imperial Calendar was adopted. In the prior calendar, the year began with what we call the Gordian Moon and ended with the Ethereal Moon. Back then, the 12 lunar phases were exclusively referred to as months. They came to be known as moons with our current calendar system. Though the prior names of the months are lost, it is known that the Guardian Moon was often shortened to... Yeah, it was often shortened to the number 1, Pegasus Moon to the Moon 2, to number 2, and so on until Ethereal Moon, the 12th and final month. Although, inelegant, this was a practical system that apparently served the people of the time well. There's no way of knowing when the old calendar was created. Any attempts to trace its origin lead only to an era of the gods and more unanswered questions. All I know for certain is that the calendar has existed for nearly incomprehensible length of time. The change of civilization's calendar would inevitably cause great confusion and unrest. Why? Did Emperor Wilhelm, the first leader of Aldrestia, choose to abandon the original calendar in favor of the imperial calendar? Historians have identified several possible reasons for such a dramatic measure. 1. The influence of the Church of Ceros. The name of the imperial calendar moons have the associated lore behind them, are immediately related to the tenets and the saints of the Church of Ceros. It is highly probable that basing the new calendar off the teaching of Ceros was Emperor Wilhelm's attempt to spread those beliefs on a much wider scale, I don't know why I said that, and help legitimize the Church. If this is the case, it is further proof that the Aldresian Empire had close ties to the Church of Ceros from the very moment of its inception. Alternatively, it has been posited that the goddess herself wished to change the calendar and voice this desire through the prophet Ceros. It would mean that Emperor Wilhelm simply implemented the change rather than ordaining it. 2. Asserting authority. Calendars represent the flow of time, and so creating a new one is akin to claiming dominance over time itself. Shortly after its founding, the Emperor used his influence to establish a new calendar and retroactively proclaimed its founding year as Year 1. Amid the unification of Poland, this move increases the imperial authority and heralds the start of a new era.